Hello, my name is Manuel Abitia. This is a video for MGT 16, Personal Ethics at Work, class time 11 a.m. to 12:20 p.m. And so today I'm gonna make a video for my final project. So the prompt in this video is interviewing one of my parents about an ethical dilemma they faced in the past. And for this, I'm going to introduce to them to this 8-step model and walk them through the application of their particular ethic dilemma, similar as we did in class. And we're going to conclude on how this step model will have been useful to them when they were going through the ethical dilemma, and also explain the 3 different decisions they should have made if they base in the different 3-step models for ethical decision making. My dad's name is Manuel Abitia, phone number 858-905-0134. So I started the interview by defining to him what an ethical dilemma is. So the definition is how 2 right values are in conflict in any type of situation. He needed 1 day to think about it, then he came back up with this ethical dilemma. So he told me about how he has owned a shoe wholesale business for around 30 years, which was getting products from different factories, and then he supplied it to other small retail business around the city. So he told me he's been doing business for about 20 years with one of his closest friends from college, whose family owned a shoe factory. So he has already made good business. They both were having good profits, so this was excellent until one day another factory from the city came to my dad and offered him a new deal with the same product at a lower cost. And also this factory was located closer to my dad's business, which will be easier and more efficient for transportation. The guy told my dad he has 7 days to think about if he will accept or reject the deal. So he thought about it a lot. He was really skeptical because he had the decision of staying loyal to his friend or moving to this new other supplier, which will financially benefit him. He was also afraid he would lose the friendship with his friend, because they were not only close in the professional way but also in a personal way. So this was really hard for him. At the end of the day, he told me he took the whole week to think about the deal, and he ended up rejecting it because he thinks staying loyal to his friend was more important, and also he really valued the relationship and friendship he has had for years, even from college, with his friend. So the 2 core values in conflict in this ethical dilemma, one of them was loyalty. So it was the decision of my dad of staying loyal to his friend, who have worked for several years together, as well as they knew each other from long time ago, or was looking for the well-being / happiness of having more financial benefits from the decision of moving out with the other factory. So walking him over the 8-step model, the first fact, is gather the facts. So my dad owns a shoe wholesale business. He has a long-standing business relationship and friendship which the owner of the shoe factory. A new factory has offered my dad a better deal with lower prices. This new deal could increase his profits, and my dad is unsure about switching suppliers due to his loyalty to his friend and the potential impact of their friendship. So the second step define the ethical issues: loyalty versus financial benefit. So should my dad prioritize his loyalty to his friend or the financial benefits of the new offer? The trust and friendship: how will switching suppliers will affect my dad's friendship with his friend? And the business integrity. So what message does switching suppliers send about to his business and the integrity in his business? The third step is identifying all the stakeholders. So my dad, his friend, the new factory offering the new deal, the employees of both factories who may be affected by changes in the business, customers who may benefit from lower prices, and my family who might be impacted by the financial business situation. For the fourth step, identify the consequences. So staying with my dad's friends, it will maintain a strong friendship and trust, and it potentially higher costs and lower profits, or switching to the new factory, increasing profits and lower costs, possible damage to the friendship with my dad's friend, and risk of the new supplier not meeting quality or reliability standards. Step 5. Identify the obligations. So, to my dad's friend, maintaining loyalty and honoring their long-standing business relationship to the business, ensuring the business is profitable and sustainable. To the customers, providing quality product at competitive prices. And to the employees, ensuring job security and a stable business environment. Then consider your character integrity for the sixth step. So reflect on how the decision aligns with my dad's values of loyalty, integrity, and honor, and consider how the decision will affect his reputation as a businessman and even as a friend. Step 7, think creatively about potential actions. So negotiate with my dad's friends to see if he can match or come closer to the new offer. Explore a compromise where my dad divides the order between both suppliers. Develop a contingency plan with the new supplier to test their reliability and quality before making a full switch. And consider other ways to reduce costs without changing suppliers. So for the eighth and last part of this step model, check your gut. Reflect on his feelings about the situation. Does staying with my dad's friends feel right despite the financial cost? Does the potential guilt of harming a friendship outweigh the benefits of increased profits? Trust his instincts about the new supplier's offer and the potential risk involved in accepting this deal. So after going through the 8-step model, we went into the 3 simple models for ethical decision making. So for the first model, the consequences model, this is how the benefits outweighs the harm. So my dad's decision will be going out with the other supplier. This is because it will be more financial benefit to him, the company, and the family. So he will have ended up the contract with his friend and just go to the other supplier. For the second model, duties, obligations, and principles. This could be associated to Kant's categorical imperative about one person sets the standard for everyone else. So in this case, my dad will have to stay loyal to his friend, because what would be the world if just people from one day to the other he moved like to another supplier because there is more benefit. My dad has worked for several years already with his friends, so he will stay loyal to him and adhere to his moral principles. Then for the third model, integrity, is what a right person will do, doing the right thing. So it's someone obsessed with the virtue. So this talks more about the person rather than the action. So for this one, my dad will have to stay loyal to his friend. That will be his decision. This is because the moral agent, my dad, will stick to his virtue and decided to continue working to his friend instead of harming him by going with someone else after several years. At the end of the interview, we spent some time discussing the impact of the 8-step model if he had to face the decision again. So he was telling me he wouldn't have done anything different. He himself feels really identified with the second model because he says he's a really moral person who actually cares about how his actions will have an impact in society. And for him, like following a contract, staying loyal to a friend or any person in the business is something he values a lot. So he wouldn't have done anything different. And he also mentioned he also feels the third model is something it's really good to have in one's life, because you are being valuing integrity, which is something really talks good about like a person do the right thing and be always doing it in an ethical way, either in your academic life, in your work, or in your personal life. In summary, I first interviewed my dad about an ethical dilemma he has had in the past. He mentioned this time in his shoe wholesale business he had the option of staying loyal to his friend or changing to another supplier with the same product at a lower cost. At that time, he made the decision of staying loyal to his friend. Then we went under the 8-step model and the 3 simple model. Even after hearing them, he said he is proud about himself and he will have not changed anything and continue staying loyal to his friend, because moral principles are really important for him in his life and even in his work. Loyalty is something he really values a lot. I feel these models are really important, something we need to involve in our life to continue making better ethical decisions. Thank you so much for listening.